Bitches presents.
Fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy night.
It's time to pump it up. It's time to move it to you. It's time to make you move.
Now, it is time to play.
And I see that you also another charity that you have a bit to do with is the Red Cross.
Well,
I
I did stuff with the Red Cross here when we had our troops go over to Timor. I'd just written a song which ended up being put on a website, my website, of course. But it got picked up by a DJ in Townsville at the time when the troops were going over. And cutting a long story short again, it ended up getting used by the Defence Department to support orphanages in East Timor. And then there were other projects we ran with the Red Cross. And then in China, I was there just after the Sichuan earthquake, when that happened.
Yes.
And I wrote a song just about, not about the earthquake, but just seeing what the people in China were going through. And we ended up being able to record that in Chinese with a major artist over there. And that got released at a major televised concert. And the concert actually raised just under $1 million for the Chinese Red Cross.
Oh,
So,
isn't
you know,
that
those things are the things you can't manipulate and put together. You just, if you're there at the right time, you get the opportunity. It kind of makes a song worthwhile. I mean, our goal as an artist is to always try and have a hit record.
Yeah,
the thing.
that's right.
But if along the way you're actually able to get in projects that really affect people's lives, it's kind of cool.
It is just brilliant. And the things that do happen along the way with all the people, it's
a journey.
You don't know what's
Life's
going to
a
happen
journey,
tomorrow.
you know.
It's a journey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you just take what comes at you and dodge and weave and pick up the ones that you like. Actually.
I was just going to say that what's the name song you were talking about, Come Back Soon, which was the one you used for the Red Cross and the East Timor campaign. I've got a note here. So far it's raised over $70,000.
Well, not directly by itself, but it was involved in projects. So the Defence Department, the Defence Department put out a CD-ROM called Images of Interfet.
Oh, okay.
And that was what raised the money, but the song was the flagship for the DVD. So I can't take all the credit on that one, but it was certainly a great project to be involved with. Yeah.
You were telling us about Glenn A. Baker.
Yeah, Glenn's a good mate of mine, and actually through that we met through the Tamworth Awards. And we became very good friends quite quickly. And another good friend of mine as well, Richie York, who's a great music journalist. They've been very strong supporters of me, and which is great because as an artist, you pretty much get a lot of knocks along the way. And to have these people who don't have to support you is fantastic. And I've just written a song for Glenn and Richie, but primarily for Glenn at the moment. He's going through some interesting times. But I've put a label on the song's called Holy Man.
Holy man, now explain.
He's going to hate
Please
that title.
Explain.
Because seeing both Glenn and Richie sitting on the right side of the road in a white robe doesn't really fit the right picture. But as an artist, you see these guys who've been, you take Richie, he's worked, he was John Lennon's publicist. He was a publicist for Led Zeppelin. He was editor of Rolling Stone. Glenn's worked and interviewed everyone around the world. They've seen it from the top, they've seen it from the bottom. And there's this sort, from an artist's point of view, there's a sort of an aura about what they do. And they listen to the words of a song and the feeling of a song. They take it to heart and then they try and explain it to the people. And to me, that's what a holy man sort of does. He takes this message and explains it to the everyday people.
That's right.
And so I put this label on Holy Man. And do you want, is it?
I would love you to.
I got to put my readers on because I got to read my words. Now, this is a new song, which means it could be a comedy version.
I'm sure Glenn would love that.
But we're going to see what happens anyway. It's a song called Holy Man. Holy man sitting by the side of the road speaks words of gold while the traffic flows. Black, white, yellow men are making sounds. He listens with his heart, then he writes it down. He's been to the summit and he's laid on the floor, dined with poets at the feet of whores. Holy man, let your water like a river flow. Holy man sitting by the bed of peace, been touched by the hand of an ancient beast. Your legacy lies upon the Pope of Wood. enlightening the people as a holy man should. Cool, clean water, fresh, clean air. Holy man, won't you take me there? Words of honesty about the sounds. You take it to your heart, then you write it down. He's been to the summit and he's been to the wall. Cried in silence as the poets did fall. Holy man, let your water like a river flow. Holy man sitting by the bed of peace, been touched by the hand of an ancient beast. Your legacy lies upon the Pope of wood, enlightening the people as a holy man should. He's been to the summit and he's been to the wall, cried in silence as the poets did fall. Holy man, let your water like a river flow. Holy man, let your water like a river flow. Holy man, let your water like a river flow.
Special guest tonight on the Toy Box Pictures is Mr. Nik Phillips. Now, Nick, you were telling us too that I'm just getting back to China again. You go back every 6 weeks?
Been there every 6 weeks.
Yes, I thought you said that when I rang you up today.
I had no desire. China was not on my radar until I got there. Having got there, and I have a lot of friends there now and seen the place, I can't wait to get back every day. It really is an amazing place.
What, are you really missing that?
I'm not missing the rice wine over there. Have you had that?
Why? What's that like?
Oh,
It's a bit-
gee, I tell you, it's rough.
Like Rockefeller.
Mate, it is. And of course, you have these official dinners and like luncheons, and it's like you go from official lunch to official dinner to official lunch. And every now and then you'll meet someone, government person, who wants to kind of take you on. And I'm not a big drinker in that sense, but you know, every now and then you put in a position where you've got to like share these drinks with them.
Yes.
I had a couple of lunches here on the last trip where this guy, normally drinking out of those little fumble things, he had like big glasses like this on it, and he was throwing them down and tossing them to me, and I felt that wine for about 3 weeks. But there's a big importance, if anyone who's looking at doing stuff in China, make friends. You can't go over there with quick business. It's about getting there, making real relationships. They really value that, and as I think we do as well. And once you make those relationships, I've found them to be wonderful, wonderful people to work with. But to go in there and try and do quick business, which a lot of Westerners try and do, you're really putting yourself at risk. They know capitalism a lot better than we do. But they put a lot of emphasis on relationship. And it's funny, you know, you get past the language barriers, and our humour is very similar, and we're not that different as people. They have a big reliance on the family. Their core values are very similar to ours, and that's really surprised me how similar we are, not how different we are.
Well, I would have thought we'd be totally opposite.
No.
No, not as people. Maybe in some of the food and that,
But the food's sensational.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. And you go to these dinners now, there'll be like 10 people at the dinner, and you get like 30 dishes poured out in front of you. And you're thinking, for the population they've got, they're supplying 3 times more food than they need to supply every meal. But no. But it's just amazing, and I love spicy food.
Okay, did language barriers as far as your singing over there?
I have guys I work with who translate my songs into Mandarin.
Because I know we were talking to artists and they're saying over there and go across to America with a new song or something, they got to get an American to sing it first.
No, not in China, because the thing about mainland China is a lot of their artists, their big artists, have come from Taiwan and Hong Kong and Korea, so they have an accent, and so to hear someone singing with an accent is kind of cool. You have to obviously get the pronunciation right. I have producers I work with who do the translations, they help me with my pronunciation, and I know how to record it now. I've got that system down. Learning it off by heart's different, that's harder, and it usually takes me a few weeks to learn a song, because you're learning sounds. Yeah. I'm learning more of the words in the language, and I kind of know what I'm singing about, but I don't know the grammar structure properly. But I love the sound of the language and all the different tonalities of it. It's a real musical language, actually.